Hello everyone and welcome to the first video of our tutorial series about Grimport. In today's video, we are diving into the fundamental elements of programming with variables and syntax, with a bit of coding to do. So let's get started. To follow along this tutorial, you will have to open Grimport script editor and then add a script here. When your script is created, it will appear here, and you can rename it whatever you want. After creating your script, the first thing we will see are variables. As a developer, you will often find yourself needing to store information. You can think of variables as your digital storage container, with each variable having a name, a type, and a value. Let's type our first variable. In this case, burger is our variable's name, and Big Mac is its value. Just like you can swap your regular cheeseburger for spicy McChicken, you can change a variable's value, like this. And now the value of burger is McChicken. Now let's take a look at the different types of variable you will encounter. The first type of variable is integers. Integers are positive or negative whole number, like 0, 2, 10, 20. Then you have float numbers, which are decimal numbers, like 314, 599, 1050. Then you have strings, which are text enclosed in quotes. Don't forget to always put quotes when creating a string. And then you have booleans. Booleans are usually used to determine if an action is successful or not, and they can only take two values, true or false. Sometimes you will also need special characters in your strings. You can use escape sequences noted with a backslash to add them. The first one, insert a tabulation. The second one, insert a new line. The third one, insert a double quote. The fourth one, insert a single quote. And the last one, insert a backslash. For example, you can create a string with a new line like this. I added the command cancel so that when you launch the script, you will see on the console the result of your script. Normally, it should be where is, then a new line, the manager, because I added the backslash n, which insert a new line. Don't forget to save your script. Then when it's saved, you can launch it with this button. And there you have where is the manager with the new line. Next, we will see arithmetic operators. You can think of them like mixing and matching menu items. You can add, subtract, multiply, or divide variables containing numbers. Let's create two variables. The first one, I will call it fries, which is equal to 2. Then burgers, which is equal to 3. And then we will create a new variable, which will add the two first variables. So we'll have fries plus, and this is your arithmetic operator, fries plus burgers, and then we'll see the results on the console. Let's save the script, and when the script is saved, you can launch your script, and you will see 5. You can also use plus equal or minus equal to add or subtract a number from a variable. Let's take the variable fries again. If you type fries plus equal 3, then you will get fries equal to 5 because we added 3 to the previous 2, which was the value of fries. You can even increment or decrement a variable, which means adding or subtracting 1 by putting plus plus or minus minus after the variable's name. So in this case, it should be fries if you want to add 1 plus plus, and then if you console this, we will have fries equal to 3 because we incremented fries by 1. The same thing we have seen, like adding or subtracting, also applies to strings. I will create a new string. We'll call it slogan1. Then slogan2. Then we'll create a new variable which will add every variable we created before, so slogan1 and slogan2. Slogan1 plus slogan2. Then we'll console McDonald's slogan, save it, and then launch it, and you will see that you will have I'm loving it. You can also modify a string by assigning it to a variable by using the $sign. Let's create a new string. So I call it topping. Let's say KitKat balls. Then my ice cream. So we want a McFlurry with KitKat balls. So we'll do $sign topping. And then console my ice cream. Let's save the script. And you will see that you will have my McFlurry with KitKat balls. And we are not done with the arithmetic operators because there is also the remainder and power operators. The remainder operator will help you determine how many multiples of b will fit inside a and returns the value that remains. Now let's see how it works with an example. We'll create a new integer, so let's say a equals 5, and then b equals 2, and let's say c equals a remainder power b. And then we'll console b. No, we'll console c, sorry. And let's do the same with other letter, so we say D equals 6, E equals 2, and F equals D remainder power E. And then we'll console F. So let's save it. And normally we should have C equals to 1 and F equals to 0. Because here you can fit multiples of 2 for b, and you will have 4, and then the remaining value will be 1. But here you will have f equals 0 because you can do e times 3 and you will have 6, so you have no remaining value. Let's see with the script, and you have 1 and 0. And then you also have the power operator, which is used to get the power of a number. So let's try an example. Let's say a equals 3, and then we'll square it by using the power operator, and then console a, save the script, and we should get 9. And here we go. Now let's talk about relational operators, which are used in case you need to compare variables. So you have the equal, then different or not equal, then less than, less or equal than, greater than, and greater than or equal. Let's do an example to illustrate that. So let's say Coke equal to 1, then Pepsi equal to 2, and we'll console Pepsi equal to 1, no, Pepsi equal to Coke, sorry, and console Pepsi is different than Coke. It will either return false or true, but in this case you have Pepsi equal to Coke, which will return false because Coke is equal to 1 and Pepsi equal to 2, and 1 isn't equal to 2. And for this one, you will have Pepsi is different than Coke, which is true because 2 is different than 1. So let's try it, save it, and then launch the script, and you have false and true. Next, you have the logical operators, which are used for Boolean expression. So you have the logical AND, then the logical OR, and the logical NOT. In this case, you can read it as not false, which will return true. Then you have true and true, which will return true. And finally, you have true or false, which will return true. Let's try an example. So let's say I'm hungry, so I will put hungry true. I am broke, so I will say broke false. Let's put console hungry and not broke. Save the script, and it should return true, because you have hungry, which is true, and not broke, which is true, because broke is by default false. So you have true and true. Let's close the script, and you have true. And lastly, we have conditional operators for quick decision making. It takes the form of that, and you can read it as if the condition is true, then it returns the value of true statement, and if the condition is false, then it returns the value of false statement. You have two types of conditional operators, the first one being ternary operators, which you can think of it as choosing between a Happy Meal and a Big Mac. So let's give you an example. Let's say cash equal to 15, and then burger choice equals to cash greater than or equal to 10. And if it's greater than or equal to 10, let's say we'll get a Big Mac. And if it's not, we'll get a cheeseburger. And then console burger choice. Okay, so in this case, we should get Big Mac because we put the value of cash on 15, and here you have if cash is superior or equal than 10, you will get Big Mac, and if it's not, you will get cheeseburger. So when launching the script, you will get Big Mac. The second conditional operator is the Elvis operator, which is a shortcut for the ternary operator. It's used to set the right default value to a variable. So the variable will take the default value if this value exists, and if it doesn't, it will take a custom one. It's like saying, give me a cheeseburger if you have one, otherwise I will take some nuggets. So let's illustrate that with an example. Let's say burger equals cheeseburger, and my order equals burger or nuggets. If you console my order, in this case you will get cheeseburger. Why? Because burger, well, the value of burger, exists here on the current script. But if you change burger here to fries, which doesn't exist on the current script, you will get nuggets when you will do the console my order. So let's save it and launch the script, and you get cheeseburger. If you're already familiar with coding, you might have noticed that conditional operators are shortcuts for if-else statement. And if it's your first time coding, we'll keep that for the next video. And we are done for this video. I hope that variables and syntax are now much more clearer for you. Remember, coding takes a lot of practice and creativity, so you can go ahead and code up your own digital delights. In the next video, we'll take your coding skill to the next level by seeing control structures, lists, functions, and variable scope. Until then, goodbye.